like if you don't believe in Allah,
If you don't fear Allah.
if you don't fear Allah, and like if you don't pray or do any of that sort of stuff, and if you you hang around with God, like if you hang around with non-Muslim people.
All right. That's how your heart becomes blind. If you don't fear Allah, then you won't do the right thing. You won't be able to see the right thing to do. Okay? Question? If you want to ask a question, just line up, just go to the mic and ask it. Anybody else who wants to ask, just go and line up and take your turns. Go ahead.
If you do not like believe in Allah, will you like go to hell? Will you go to hell? Fire?
Yeah, if you don't believe in Allah, yes, you will go to hell. Next question, go ahead.
What about if you had no time in school to pray?
If you didn't have time at school to pray, okay, if the school doesn't, you pray when you go home. If you didn't have a chance to pray at school, then you pray when you go home. Huh? If it's Asr time, if you didn't pray Dhuhr and it's Asr time, you pray your Dhuhr first and then your Asr.
How about if there's not a better friend?
Can you go closer to the mic, please?
How about if there's not a better friend than the friend that doesn't pray? Like if a friend doesn't
I can't hear you still. You're talking. Go closer to the mic.
How about if there's like a friend that's not better than the friend that doesn't pray? Like there's a friend that doesn't pray, but the others are not better than him.
If your friend doesn't pray, but the others are not better than him. If all the people around you don't pray, is that what you're saying basically?
Yeah.
Well, you have to go find someplace else where people pray. Or you have to convince them to pray. You have to talk to them. You have to find out why they're not praying. You have to encourage them until you get some of them to pray with you.
How about if they don't want to?
Huh?
How about if they don't want to?
Talk into the mic.
How about if they don't want to?
If they don't want to, then you have to find some people who want to pray and make them your friends.
As you were saying earlier in the lecture, you were saying something about how the son of Adam, even though if he had one valley of gold, he would want another.
Yeah.
What do you exactly mean about that?
Huh?
What do you mean exactly?
What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
Well, it means that you're never satisfied. If you had one valley of gold, you should say that should be enough for you, should be enough. But no, when you have one valley of gold, you want another valley of gold. Meaning the more you have, the more you want. Right? Or they say, the grass is always greener on the other side. You heard that before?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it means. That we're never satisfied. The more you have, okay, right now you want to have a motorbike. You get a motorbike, then you want to have a car. You get a car, you want to have an airplane, you know. After the airplane, you want to have a rocket ship, you know, whatever. You're never satisfied.
Okay.
That is how human beings are. Okay, next.
Recently I came across a hadith that says that a brother shouldn't hit a Muslim brother in the face because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created man in his form. I was wondering, because my friend said that his is a pronoun going back to the man himself. I say that it's actually going back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, meaning that Allah created human in the form of Allah, not resembling, just in the same form, i.e. can see, can hear, so on. He insists that the pronoun goes back to man, and this doesn't concur with the Quran that says nothing is like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I wish if you can clarify anything to this.
Okay, Sheikh Nasruddin al-Albani, one of the leading hadith scholars of this century, he held the same position, that the pronoun, when it says Allah created Adam in his form, that his form refers to the form in which he created Adam, not in Allah's form. That this was his opinion, and he brought other hadiths to support that. And I believe also that is the strongest opinion.
And when you went to a doctor appointment and you missed...
Pardon?
When did you go? When I went...
Speak into the mic, please.
If you go to the doctor appointment and you miss Duhur and Asr, and you come home at Isha time, what did you do?
If you go for a doctor's appointment and you miss Dhuhr and Asr and Maghrib, that's a very long doctor's appointment. You must be having open heart surgery and brain surgery and everything all together to get that one in. That's a serious surgery. No, I don't think that's too likely to happen, really. You know, maybe you might miss your Asr. Well, the point is, what you do is, if you know you're going to the doctor's office is going to take a period of time in which you're going to miss one of your prayers, then you make the intention to join your prayers. Say before you go to the office, to the doctor's office, it's like Dhuhr time. So what you do is you pray Dhuhr and Asr at that time and then go. You understand? And if you know you're going to be delayed and miss Maghrib, then you make the intention to pray Maghrib and Isha together. You understand?
If you have a blind heart, are you going to go to hell?
If you what?
If you have a blind heart, are you going to go to hell?
If you have a what?
Blind heart. Are you going to go to hell?
A blind heart. Well, if you have a blind heart, you're on a road to hell. As long as you don't wake up and see again, then you will end up in hell. But you can change it. If these descriptions that I gave you of the blind heart, if it matches you, then no, you can change it, because there's a way to change it. So don't give up.
My friend wants to know if you're in a Somali tribe, is it haram?
If you're what?
To be in a Somali tribe. Tribalism.
Tribalism.
Yeah.
Now, what do you mean? Huh? Ismaili what? Oh, the Ismaili sect. Tribe? Is there an Ismaili tribe?
Hello?
Is it haram to be on a tribe? Which tribe? Any tribe. Any
Huh?
tribe.
Basically, apparently, the question is about tribalism.
Tribalism.
Yeah. Is it haram to be a part of a tribe, so to speak? Tribalism.
Well, tribalism,
Yeah,
where a
within
person
families.
feels that his tribe is superior to other tribes, you know, this is something hated in Islam. It is haram. Because we're all from Adam. Adam is our parents. The Prophet ﷺ said Adam is from dust. We're all the same.
Okay, I'm just going to ask all the youngsters to please...
If the question is having a tribe, as the brother is saying, no, having a tribe is like having a family. You know, the tribe is only an extended family. So everybody belongs to some family or some tribe. So there's nothing wrong with being within a tribe. But when you start to feel that you are superior to others simply because you are born in this tribe or in this place, this is what is haram.
Can you give him a try?
Alright, fine.
Are we running on time?
Huh? Okay, let's go after.
Well, get him, I'll answer until you get him.
If you make a mistake in Salah, what would you...
Shh, the rest of you, please, can't hear the question.
If you make a mistake in Salah, what do you do?
If you
Make a mistake in Salah.
make a mistake in Salah, it depends on the kind of mistake. What kind of mistake? You pass wind?
No.
like when you say subhanallah, you're supposed to say subhanallah al-azim, you say something else. If
Okay, no, that kind of mistake. If instead of saying Subhana Rabbi al-Azim, for example, you said Subhana Rabbi al-A'la, it's okay. That's all right. You catch yourself. It's not. It's only if you make a mistake where you forget a rak'ah. You know, you went from standing all the way down to sujood. You left out ruku', something like this. Then you have to repeat the rak'ah. And at the end of it, you make 2 sujood, 2 prostrations for forgetfulness. Yeah. Little mistakes are okay. It's all right.
If you're
Mistake in Quranic recitation, it's okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam wa barakatuh.
Sheikh, what kind of nasiha would you give to parents that invoke kufr standards onto their children as far as when it's appropriate to get married?
What advice would I give to
parents that invoke kufr standards onto their children as far as when it's appropriate to get married?
General advice is that when young people are able to get married, they have the means, or they can get the support, then they should be encouraged to marry. Early marriage is something which is encouraged in the Sunnah. Prophet ﷺ had said, Ya ma'ashar al-shabab, man istata'a minkum al-ba'a falyatazawwaj. O young people, whoever amongst you is able should marry. So this is something encouraged in Islam. And delaying marriage is really only asking for trouble. So my general advice to parents would be to encourage their youth to marry younger, to avoid falling into boyfriend-girlfriend relations and other forms of corruption. Inshallah.
Jazakumullah khair.
Barakallahu fikum.
Sheikh, I was asking if a young child, like a youth, can he have a blind heart? And if he does, will Allah forgive him more easily than a grown adult who has a blind heart?
A youth can have a blind heart, sure. But that heart, if it's below puberty, then it doesn't affect him. Once he reaches puberty, he reaches manhood, he becomes a young man now, then that blind heart is going to be counted against him. Right?
Okay. Bye. Oh, Jazakallah.
Jazakallah. Go ahead.
Is it true that all Christians go to hell?
Is it true that all Christians are going to hell?
Yeah.
No. No. It is not necessarily so. Not anymore is it true that all Muslims are going to paradise. Right? It depends on the person. If the person is a true Muslim, then he will go to paradise. If he's a Christian who believes that Jesus was God, then of course he'll not go to paradise with that belief. Unless his situation was that he didn't receive the message, and then Allah has another arrangement for those people who didn't receive the message.
This is sister questions. Questions from the sister side. Yeah. This is questions from the sister. So maybe you can tackle this coming now. Yeah. Are you next?
Okay, this is a question. I think we're going to shift over now to the next program, which is bridging the gap between parents and youths. Before doing that, there's just a couple of questions from the sisters. One similar to that last question. I heard that some of the people who are not Muslims and do not have access to find the truth have a chance to go to heaven. Is that true? Yes, it's true. As the Prophet ﷺ had said, that those people who didn't receive the message would be brought back before the final judgment, and a messenger would be sent to them. Last question: when you are praying, the shaitan says bad things in your head. or shows you bad images, what should you do? You seek refuge in Allah from Satan.
جزاكم الله خير.